Picture this: the 13th century, a time of remarkable discoveries and enormous change. The Mongol Empire, an entity of unprecedented vastness, stretched from Eastern Europe all the way to East Asia, commanding a territory never seen before in human history. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes, became the lifeblood of commerce, fostering a vibrant exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. Yet, for many in Europe, Asia was still a land shrouded in mystery, a place of untold riches and exotic wonders. The desire to explore these unknown territories, to tap into the lucrative trade of silk, spices, and precious stones, was a driving force for many adventurers. The 13th century was an era of curiosity, a time when the world was expanding in the minds of those who dared to dream. In this era of exploration and curiosity, a young Venetian merchant was about to embark on a journey that would change the world's perspective forever. Enter Marco Polo, a young and adventurous Venetian merchant ready to voyage into the unknown. Born into a family of wealthy merchants in Venice, Marco Polo's life was destined for adventure. His father and uncle, who themselves had travelled to the far reaches of Asia, were his first guides into the world beyond Europe. When Marco was just 17, he embarked on an epic journey eastwards with his father and uncle, a journey that would span over 24 years. As they journeyed through the Middle East, they encountered the rich cultural tapestry of the region. From there, they crossed into the vast expanse of the Mongol Empire, where they were received by the great Kublai Khan himself. Marco was soon taken under the Khan's wing, serving him in various roles and travelling across the length and breadth of his empire. In China, Marco Polo marvelled at the grandeur of the cities, the sophistication of the society, and the abundance of wealth. He was captivated by the sight of paper money, a concept unheard of in Europe at the time. He was fascinated by the production of silk, the exotic spices, and the intricate porcelain crafts, all of which were novelties in his homeland. Each day was an adventure, and each adventure was a lesson. Marco Polo was not just a traveller, he was an observer, a listener, and a chronicler. His keen eye for detail and his insatiable curiosity led him to document his experiences meticulously. These records would later form the basis of his book, The Travels of Marco Polo, which gave Europeans their first comprehensive look at the cultures and customs of the East. The journey was long and arduous, filled with perils and hardships, yet Marco Polo's spirit of adventure never waned. He embraced the unknown, traversed uncharted territories, and interacted with diverse cultures. His journey was a testament to the indomitable spirit of exploration and the quest for knowledge. After 24 years, Marco Polo returned to Venice, bringing with him incredible tales and a wealth of knowledge about the East that astonished his compatriots. Marco Polo's journey had a profound impact, not just on his life, but on the world as a whole. His legacy is one that reverberates through the annals of history, shaping the course of exploration and world trade. Marco Polo was more than just an explorer. He was a narrator of his own journey, a chronicler of the world he discovered. His detailed accounts of his travels, published in The Travels of Marco Polo, painted a picture of an East that was far more advanced and prosperous than Europe at the time. This book, sometimes referred to as the description of the world, became an invaluable resource for future explorers. One of the most notable individuals inspired by Polo's accounts was none other than Christopher Columbus. Columbus had a copy of Polo's book, filled with annotations in his own hand. It was these tales of the East, these descriptions of wealth and grandeur, that spurred Columbus on his own journey of discovery, culminating in his momentous arrival in the Americas. But Marco Polo's influence didn't stop at encouraging exploration. His detailed accounts of the East, particularly China, spurred a surge of economic interest in Europe. The tales of the vast wealth of the Kublai Khan's court, the abundance of precious gems and silk, the grandeur of the cities, all ignited a desire for trade and economic engagement with the East. This led to the search for new trade routes, paving the way for the age of discovery that followed. Marco Polo was a trailblazer, his words a beacon guiding future explorers. His journey bridged cultures, and his accounts opened the world's eyes to the richness and diversity of life beyond their own borders. Marco Polo's journey was more than just an adventure. It was a catalyst that inspired exploration, broadened horizons, and ultimately shaped the world as we know it today. Be sure to hit that like or subscribe button and keep being curious, beautiful, and continue learning. Check out some of my other videos and keep staying curious.